This right here is my 2015 Hyundai Genesis 3.8 V6 sedan, and it has 99,825 miles on it. Pretty close to 100,000 miles. So 8 years and 100,000 miles later, how is the interior of the vehicle held up?
So let's walk straight into the interior actually looks like after all these years and 100,000 miles later. Not too bad, not too shabby, I have to say. On most Genesis, you're going to immediately see this type of creasing that happens right here. I've conditioned this with leather conditioner and it still happens. You've seen it in my previous videos. But then again, this leather is not necessarily the best quality leather on the market. So you're definitely going to get this kind of creasing right here. And also on the side, when you go right here, you're going to get some marks that happen, especially on a lighter color vehicles. I haven't seen it necessarily on the black ones, but on the lighter color ones like this one, you're going to definitely see marks that happen right here. It just kind of wears down over time. Another big thing when I actually sit down in the vehicle and I'll show you, this switch actually decided to tear on me. As you can see on top, I just basically put some glue right here to, hold it in place, but it actually decided to tear on me when I was switching different channels, like, going up and down. And I normally do it, I guess, on this side, and decided to tear on me. So if you have that issue, let me know also in the comment section. I would like to know. Another thing that I noticed also is the fact that a lot of this fake metal right here, the painted on metal starts chipping away. As you can see, it's already starting to chip. Not a huge deal, obviously, but if you wanted to purchase this, you would like to know what to watch out for. This definitely, I've seen on many Genesis, there's a lot of chipping that happens right here. That is right on the actual steering wheel. Gorgeous design, by the way. I love it. Other than that, in terms of buttons, everything works perfectly like new. I mean, I haven't had any buttons stick on me or anything like that. The start-stop button always works on command. These knobs always work. This touchscreen actually worked extremely well, even though it's an 8-year-old vehicle. And I don't use anything else but CarPlay on the screen. Screen works really well. And as we go down right here, you can see that the mechanical function of these doors and also the latch on the actual glove compartment still works perfectly fine. There's no issues. This is actually pretty good quality. All the buttons up here work as well. There's no markings or anything. I mean, I don't touch them as much. However, you are going to see little damage here and there on the vehicle as, time goes on. Glove compartment also works well. There's literally no issues with the mechanical function of this, and it looks absolutely great. Now moving on to seatbelt, you can definitely tell the seatbelt has seen better days on both sides, and I've seen many vehicles, many of these Genesis, they always have the seatbelt starting to deteriorate in terms of just the lettering, okay? So it's still functional. It's a very good seatbelt. The color is great. I still like it. It is darkening out a little bit, however, still better than black. I like this color definitely better than black, and you can see it on both sides that the fabric has come off, but the seatbelt integrity is still there, and the color has definitely darkened, but still, like I said, the main part is the seatbelt integrity is still in good condition. I don't use the pull handles much, however, the functions of this are still good on each and every single pull handle in the vehicle. Now, before we move on to the back seat, moving on to the sunroof, I've had to replace the sunroof once with a warranty. I know there's a lot of complaints with the sunroof in the Genesis. I still absolutely adore the sunroof. It is the best feature on this vehicle, in my opinion, the panoramic sunroof. And to be really fair, 8 years later, 100,000 miles, it still works extremely well. Going on to the back seat, I rarely have passengers back here, so this is going to look a lot better. However, I do know that the leather, like I said, is not the best in this vehicle. So you're definitely going to see creasing, even though I do not have many people back here ever. The most I have is 2 people, my girlfriend and I. We sit in the front seat, but we rarely have people back here. And it's just looking absolutely great back here. Look at this. With anything failing on me in terms of doors, latches, or anything like that, even the buttons and switches, I haven't had anything like that fail on me, including the nice little visor that is on the window. Haven't had that fail on me as well. That is a truly great function in this vehicle. Extremely well thought out, and surprisingly used a lot when I actually do have guests in the back seats. None of the LEDs have failed on me on this vehicle, including the front LEDs, back LEDs. I'm telling you, Genesis makes a good quality car overall speaking, guys. Before we go to the trunk of the vehicle, if I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below, guys. You guys already know I try to answer every single comment that comes in. So if I missed something, or if something in particular that you had a question about the interior of the vehicle, let me know in the comment section below and I'll answer it as soon as possible. Now let's take a look at the trunk of the vehicle. Now, one of the big things about this trunk is that some of these vehicles will have a seal that goes out and that lets rainwater actually seep into the bottom of the trunk right here. So if you have that issue, I've already talked about it in another video, I would just take out the plug that's underneath this tire and all the water will just drain through at all times. So you will never have water in here. As you can see, it's bone dry in here now, and I never have water issues after that. Other than that, this part of the trunk is just great. It looks beautiful, has nice soft carpeting. The carpeting is still soft, a little bit dirty, but still soft. And the LEDs have never failed on me back here as well. Decent trunk. Last but not least, we're going to go to the front of the vehicle and take a look at the interior of the engine section. Technically speaking, it is still an interior, so here we go. Oh my god. I get this comment every single time I show the engine of this vehicle. I gotta get this clean. I gotta get this detailed. And to be honest, you're absolutely right, I should. However, I am going to be selling this vehicle soon, getting another vehicle, hint, hint. So I'm not going to worry about this right now. However, this is how it looks. 100,000 miles, 8 years later, engine still purrs like a cat, guys. Knock on wood. I've had no mechanical issues in terms of the engine, and it's definitely lasted 100,000 miles, and I'm sure it will last another 100,000 miles. Alright, so overall, I'll give the entire interior of the vehicle in terms of mechanical and also the material and the functional part of this Genesis a solid 8 out of 10. Yes, it's not perfect, but 100,000 miles and also 8 years later, it's still looking decent, and it would definitely be great for a secondary market.
Okay, so now that you have a better understanding how the interior of the vehicle held up, I really want you to know how the exterior of this vehicle has held up. So I put this video right here for you. Check it out.